Okay, quick video for myself, Harvey Goldman. No cuts, no edits, no filters, and no hair. So for today's video, the UK is broke, and basically here's what you're not being told. Now, I know everybody feels it. The UK is basically falling apart financially. The truth is probably even worse than it seems, though. We know that taxes are rising, we know that wages are stagnant, and we know beyond doubt that public services are collapsing. I mean, the NHS and the police, just to name two, are absolutely on their knees. So here's what's really happening, and here's what it means for you. So basically, the real debt crisis, and it's not just you, it's not just me, the UK as a country has a national debt that's basically hit 2.7 trillion. So that's 100% of our GDP. And what that essentially means is that this country, as of 2025, owes as much as it produces. That's not sustainable. Government borrowing is basically at record highs. I believe the figures are 120 billion that was borrowed in 2024 alone. And who pays for this? Well, the answer is that you do, I do, and your children will. Basically, we pay through higher taxes, hidden fees, and also stealth inflation. And we've seen that in practice over the last 12 months. You know, it can't be denied. The housing market is completely rigged. The housing market is basically like a casino. If you think I'm making it up, again, do the research. Home ownership is almost out of reach for most people under 40. The average house price in the UK, £288,000. So with a 10% deposit, £28,000 needed just to get an overinflated, horrifically priced mortgage. So renters get screwed as well. So as well as not being able to get on the property ladder by buying a property, if you rent one, your landlord's just going to pass on every single cost. And this raises rents faster than inflation. And I think the average rent, when I last checked, it was £1,271 a month. And that's without anything. That's without your water. Your water's going to be about another 60 or 70 a month. Gas and electric, there's another 300 a month. You know, council tax, there's another 200, 250 a month. By the time you do your math on it, you're basically better off just going to millets, buying a tent and living in a field somewhere. What's the solution? I mean, we know that the future of work is dicey. AI, automation, and companies just outsourcing it to India and China basically mean fewer jobs, or the jobs that are left, they pay significantly less. I know at one point, it was around 15 years back, I think around 2008, or just after, there was a massive influx of Eastern European people that came over because conditions in the UK were much better than in the likes of Romania, Bulgaria, Poland, Hungary. Now I've got Polish friends. They're literally wanting to move back because the UK is that broken. And you know, it can't be blamed on migrants. It really can't. They're not the ones to blame for companies outsourcing work. It's just companies looking at profits over people, essentially. Most people we know are forced to look at side hustles, myself included. Many people are forced to even quit their jobs and take on a gig economy job, which is awful. I mean, these are the likes of Uber Eats and kind of Deliveroo, the parcel delivery service. All of these jobs are 0-hour contracts. They're underpaid freelance roles, essentially. These people go to the interview, they get told that this is what they can earn, this is what they can expect to have to work. A couple of days in, they find that's not the case. And again, there are people that have done YouTube videos on this, on things like Deliveroo. And they'll show you that although they're told they can get £15 an hour, which is around the minimum wage, or perhaps a little bit over, it works out really at about £7 or £8 an hour, which is the kind of minimum wage from, like 2005. So it's mental. You know, what's the real solution? The real solution, and this is going to hurt, the real solution is that you have to try and make money in ways and methods that the system doesn't control. Things like investments, things like self-employment, things like digital income. I know for many people, that might seem like an impossibility. Many people out there, perhaps if you work in blue collar, earning a digital income or learning to level up and embrace an online business is probably the last thing on your mind. But you're going to have to. You are going to have to look at leveling yourself up or job hopping to something that's more profitable in a 9-to-5 environment. But for most of us, it means an extra job, whatever that might be, you know, taking extra shifts to cover payments, whatever it might be. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts on this are. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if my perception of this and the research I've done is completely biased and completely skewed. I'd love to find out. I hope there is light at the end of the tunnel. Honestly, without side hustles and investments, I can't see it. I don't see any of this, the job market, the housing market, the UK economy, the staggering rate of borrowing and debt that the country's in. I don't see any of it changing in this government or even the next government without a massive shake-up. Yeah, so there we go. What's the answer? Do we vote somebody else in? Do we vote for reform? Is it just off with their heads? Let me know in the comments. YouTube's going to put another video up here. Have a look. You might like it, you might not. Yeah, and like, follow, subscribe. More videos tomorrow. Goldman, peace out.